This is a Palm Air top mount ceiling fan. It's not necessarily a spinner, but I mean, some people call these spinners. It does have a stationary housing with footprint vents, so this is really, these are really unusual fans. So essentially, it's just a top mount spinner with a decorative housing. So, yeah, um, this fan is essentially the same thing as the Moss WF series or the WFMF series. Um, and it's, I think, actually made by the same OEM that made the Moss models. It's obviously a later one of those, though, because the Moss ones, the earliest ones, had Moss canopies or bell canopies. I think the very earliest ones had bell canopies, and then the slightly later ones had Moss canopies, and then the very latest ones had generic ball socket canopies. So, really, the only difference between the WF, or the Moss models, and these are the vents, because the Moss models, the WF had GE vents, and the WFMF had regular, like, builder vents. Well, they were builder vents, but they were slightly wider than builder vents. And this one's got footprint vents. Now, Palm Air also made another model called the Pacific Breeze that looked exactly like this, except it had builder vents as well. And it also had bigger cane. The cane was went all the way almost to the blade arm. This one's got more generic cane, but it is a little bit more. It takes up a little bit more area of the blade than generic cane does. So yeah, the motor in this fan is actually identical to like a spinner. It's got vents on the bottom, and the top is not vented though. So I think that's why I think this was made by the same OEM that made the Moss ones, because if I took the housing off, it would look almost exactly like the Moss Tropical Breeze, except of course with that little mounting flange for the housing. Um, the nose column is conical, almost like a blender fan, and yeah, the light kit on it and globe we believe are original, because we found other ones of these that have that exact same light kit and that exact same floral schoolhouse globe. It's a really nice globe. Definitely something that I'm surprised that they offered, because that's very like ornate with the flowers and everything. Um, so yeah, now there's a version of this made by Universal that also has footprint vents, and the housing is slightly more squared. Um, it has a more generic canopy with the ribs on it, kind of like on a CEC or SMC. Um, and yeah, those are, I think, slightly more common than these. I have not seen very many of these Palm Air footprint vent models. The Pacific Breeze with the builder vents is a lot more common. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and turn on the light kit for you so you can see the floral globe. I did have to replace the light kit pull chain because when I got it, the spring had like fallen out of the pull chain, and so it like wasn't working. But I replaced it and now it works. So that's what it looks like with the light on. And turn the light off. Now I'm going to start the fan up on high. It does have a little bit of a hum, but that's typical for spinner fans. But other than that, it's like completely silent, and the airflow is really good. I think it's up there in the stack motor category, airflow wise. Also, no wobble at all. But yeah, when I first ever saw one of these, picture of one of these top mount spinners with the stationary housing, it was a Moss WF. It was in a picture, I think on some forum somewhere, and I thought that the housing spun. I thought that was cool to have a GE vent spinner, but then I saw a video of one and the housing didn't spin. And I also thought the same thing for those Evergo top mount spinners with the GE vent housing. Yeah, once I found out that the GE vent housing didn't spin, I didn't like them as much. But I really like this fan a lot. So that's it on high. I'm going to turn it down to medium now. I do believe those pull chain extensions are original as well. They're just little brass balls. Medium is nice. It's not too fast. It's really not too slow. Moves a good deal of air on medium as well. I'm surprised none of the other fans are spinning around from the airflow from this one. Okay, and now low. It does have a very nice slow low. Not quite a restaurant low, but it's still pretty nice. I am still feeling air. This is a functional low, I think. I think if I put this on a speed control, I could get it go even slower. I can hear the humming sound pretty well now. Okay, turn it off. I'm gonna stop it. And reverse. And low in reverse. Reverse looks like it's going, I think, about the same, maybe a slight bit slower. I think that is the same. I think the humming's a little quieter, actually. Okay, medium. Now, I did test this one on reverse, or in reverse on high, and it does wobble in reverse. Well, it doesn't wobble in forward, though. I'm not sure why that is. It's wobbling a little here. Medium looks like it's a little faster in reverse, actually. Okay. High. Oh yeah, it's wobbling a lot. Not a big deal though, since it doesn't wobble in forward. I don't think I'm going to worry about balancing. Alright. Let's get a good view here. I did clean up this housing. It's nice, and it was in really good condition when I got it, but I cleaned it up. There's a little scratch right there, but it looks really nice. And there's the footprint vents. And there's that conical nose I was talking about. Not quite as pitched as the blender fan noses, but it is still, you know, the light kit. And there's the pull chain that I put on. It comes out of the side and not out of the top rim here, which is kind of interesting. And then the cane blades. Cane's in very good condition, which is not the camera. Yeah. And here's that globe that I love. I'll show it to you. Once again, lit up. Very nice. I guess I can also show you the top of the motor. See if I can find the model label. There it is. You can read that if you want. But there's the top of the motor, down rod, and the canopy. Canopy is a little taller than a generic canopy, and it only has one screw on each side that holds it up. So I think that's about it for this video. So that is the Palm Air top mount footprint vent ceiling fan. Thank you for watching, and more to come.